Hi Marie-Claire, we're still in Sharjah. I hope you enjoyed the first part of the visit of the Barjeel Art Foundation at the Sharjah Art Museum. We are now visiting a show curated by the Barjeel Art Foundation and which is very close to my heart as it is a show focusing on female Arab artists living in the glorious days of the 1960s Beirut. I have another surprise. I was joined earlier by Sultan, and now I have Remy Hums with me, who co-curated the show. Hi Remy.
Hi Sara.
So Remy Hums, along with Soraya Takesh, co-curated this wonderful show. Can you tell us a bit more about Nadia Saikali and her journey into abstraction?
Of course. So Nadia Saikali was born in the mid-30s in the French Mandate Beirut, and she grew up in a very cultural-oriented family. She learned piano, she learned how to dance at a very young age, and then later on she enrolled at the Lebanese Academy of Fine Arts, and she was part of this first generation of women to receive the formal artistic education in the region. And what's very fascinating with the work of Nadia, and this is what you can see here today with the exhibition, is that she actually developed since the late 50s abstraction. So this is an amazing painting made by Nadia in the 80s when she was living in Montmartre in Paris. And what's really moving with this piece is that Nadia actually literally danced on the canvas. As you can see, we can see her footprints and her handprints all over the place. And in a way, it's a testimony of Nadia's experimentation with abstraction.
I can actually see her feet and her hand.
Yes.
Did she dance on the canvas?
Yes, literally. So Nadia used to say that for her, abstraction was like dancing on canvas. So she had a non-traditional relationship to the canvas. She used to, have it on the ground, on the floor, and to literally sometimes dance on it.
There are so many artists here who don't have the recognition they deserve or the spotlight they deserve. Why do you think that happened?
Yeah, so it was actually one of the big part of this exhibition. It was to highlight some unfairly sidelined artists from the Arab world who actually practiced, lived and experimented in Beirut during the golden age of the 60s and 70s. So, many of them actually were very famous back in the days, but, throughout the decades, they literally fell through the crack of history. So, it's part of a job at the foundation to document this rich history and to highlight and champion the creation of women artists from the Arab world. So we wanted, also to have lesser known names in the exhibition. And one good example, maybe this piece created in 1974 by Rosevart Cicerian. She's an Armenian Lebanese artist. And, when we first acquired this piece, we didn't have that much information about the artist. We just knew that, she was a student in Beirut during the 60s and 70s. But what was, very amazing with this research and exhibition is that Rosevart was actually the student of Nadia Saikali, the highlight of the show. And they were both, engaging in this research on abstraction at the very same time.
Shall I show you my favorite?
Of course, please.
It's a bit of a no-brainer. It's the Tel Adnan over here.
Yes, it's a lovely piece. So this one was made in the mid-60s when Etel Adnan was still a student in the US. And it's in a way an abstract rendition of landscape.
The thing is, when people say the golden age of Beirut was the Paris of the Middle East, it wasn't just about the nightlife and the fancy restaurants and the glamorously dressed women. It was the cultural hub of the Middle East. It was the cultural hub of the Arab world. And it is the women whose works are hanging in this room who made it. It's these women who made this movement happen. And I think we should bring them even more glory, Remy. What do you think?
Of course, definitely.